How's it going, everybody? Just finding a pick that I feel like using today. And I want to use the snag. Snag? Where's the snag? Ah! Nope. Which one's this one? This one is the Screamer. Okay, I don't know if I want to use the Screamer today. Where's the snag? There it is. Snag. Listening to some Revocation off the top here. Fantastic band. If you've not heard Dave Davidson and Revocation before, I mean, if you're not a metal fan, I'll absolve you of that sin. But if you're a metalhead and you haven't heard Revocation, I don't. What's wrong with you? Gotta get on that, homie. My name is Tyler. Welcome to the AmSim Show. Today, I've been getting some good feedback on the heavy episodes. And since I have a lot of these platform type plugins, we can do that. I don't mind. I don't mind doing heavy stuff. I like mixing in some other stuff as well. And we're going to do I don't know if I'm going to do one or two today. Probably going to be two. The next one's going to be, I think, maybe punk rock. We'll see. What do you guys want to see? Tell me in the comments. What do you want to see in the next stream? Not that I don't have a nice schedule made up of things that I think we're going to do, but you do tell me in the chat. Kyle, how are you? Pedro, how are you? Nice to see everyone. That doesn't seem right. What we got going on here? Hold on. Of course. Of course. I am Sunshine. Okay. See what we got here. That sounds pretty good off the start. Where's that cavernous verb coming from? I don't want you there. Okay, I'm going to set this. This is some of the new stuff they just added to Helix Native. By the way, if you're a Helix Native owner, you just get new stuff all the time. That's what you get. You get new stuff all the time. And I'm going to set this up like I would normally set up any old... I don't like that there's no depth control. And this is actually the channel in the EVH 5153 that Dave Davidson himself uses a lot. What do you mean by artist specific? Oh wait, how about artist specific sims? Next stream, you mean? Sure. You mean sig, like just sig, nothing but sigs? Oh my god, dude, we've got so much time for that. You might have to be a little bit more. You might have to be a little bit more specific though, because we've got there are a lot of artist specific. If there's anything specific you want to see, I'm all out. I'm all in, buddy. Just give me a heads up. Some stuff, if I know I'm never going to use it again, or if I don't really always promote it, I don't always have it installed. So just give me a heads up on that one. So today we're trying to find the heaviest tones possible in the popular plugin Helix Native. Line 6 popular Helix Native. And in my opinion, if I had if someone said you can only use one plugin for the rest of your life, you cannot use any other plugins. You're only allowed to use one, or for like a year, whatever. It would be Helix Native, hands down, 100%. I would say that 100 out of 100 times, 1,000 out of 1,000 times, I would never change my mind. Why? Because there's so much in here for both bass and guitar, and all of it is modeled very, very, very nicely. So, yeah, that's just putting it as simply as possible on that one, if I can. I find it weird that sometimes stuff just disappears in here. It just pops in and out. Like right now, why are these grayed out? I wonder. If I go over here, though, okay. So we've also got the red channel. I'm just playing this is just really just an Ibanez RG with a nice. It's just got a fancy top on it, and in all honesty, damn it, cardinal sin. Never touch your face when you're playing guitar, especially not with your fretting hand. Yikes. The depth control I actually do. Well, I mean, in a 5150. If you've ever used a 5150, you'll feel it. If you've ever used a 5150, you'll be able to feel. It's not a ton. It's just enough for me to always want to reach for it. If I'm testing the authenticity of like a 5150, I'm always looking for the presence and the depth. They have the presence here, but just not the depth, which is strange for line 6 because they usually try to put most of the settings on there and try to match it if they can. But I mean, I'm not complaining about it by any means. That's not a complaint that I have about this particular plugin here. So we're gonna go up to my exact settings that I use when I owned this amp on the channel that I would use on said amp. Okay, so wow, that's not at all supposed to be like that. Let's change that up a bit here. Sounds pretty good. So far, I am not 100% sold on the EVH. I'm not 100% yet. As for a cabinet, I'm just using my EGA. Yep, you guessed it. My EGA 414, or sorry, my EGA 412, 414. Why? Because I'm just trying to find the heaviest amps and pedals for now. There are a lot of heavy cabinets in here as well that you can mix and match at your leisure. But for now, I'm just checking it out with a cabinet that I'm very familiar with, so I can just hear what the amp is giving us, and I can just focus on the amp and the pedal. Now, if you notice, let's go to the screen. Some people don't like this UI because you can't physically see the amp and all this and all that, and I don't mind it. I think it's, if you've ever used an Axe Effects before, it's going to have that similar kind of feel. You look at the pedals, there's a lot. There are many pedals. And hang on a sec. So don't worry about the ones that are grayed out. Like, just look at how many components you're seeing here, though. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm not clear. I really need to get a clear answer from line 6 as to why occasionally stuff just grays out. Stuff that I was just using. Why is it graying out? There are certain combinations I just don't think are allowed for some reason. I don't know why that is. I'd like to find out. In any event, it's just miles and miles and miles and miles. I find that issue. Hold on. Yeah, resonance, depth. It'd be the same, resonance and depth. But there's not, neither of those controls are on here. But, whatever. I'm not, like, again, I'm not going to focus on it. It's just something I say things as I say things out loud. I think out loud as we go. Now, I'm not saying these are the best. I was just curious about them. Now we're going to go to the PV Invective lead. I want to make sure that I'm not overdoing the tube screamer here. Ah, why do you do this? Ah, why? Why did it do that? Interesting. It's just, oh boy, what just happened to me? Oh no! Oh boy. What did we do? We did something. Hold on. We did something. I'm going to close the window and pretend it didn't. Oh, here we go. That's right. Okay. So that just got really angry at me, and I'm not 100% sure why, but we're not going to focus on that right now. I've got a few other IRs in here that I can kind of go. I've got orange, and I've got a bunch of different ones in here that we can reach for. I've also got some Bogren Digital stuff in here loaded up, and some older stuff, so I can just audition things. Like I said, we're about auditioning amps right now. So this is the Invective. We're going to go to the distortion. And again, you can choose a number of different distortion pedals here, or boost pedals rather. I'm using the Plumes right now. Where is that verb coming from? And why is there like a cavernous amount of it? Still only 6 here. That is a mountain of verb, and I'm not sure exactly where it's coming from. It's not here, is it? Oh, it is. That decided to turn its way back on. I see. Okay. This sounds good so far. I gotta keep in mind that I'm using a set of pickups. I am familiar with this set, but not in this guitar. I just put them in here. So I'm also trying to kind of figure that out. Time to bust out like one of the gifts I got from the missus for Christmas. It is a She was mad that I was always drinking out of her funny Halloween wine glass because I had nothing else really presentable to drink my beverages out of. But she bought me a holdable drinking horn. Isn't that nice? Isn't it lovely? Now, drinking out of it without spilling. Wonderful. Lovely. I love that. It's great. Looks great. It looks great, and it's functional, and it's just awesome to have something like that. I just don't understand why this is not a more popular plugin. I may even come back and do a Doom stream with this back to back. How do you guys feel about Doom? Because this plugin houses one of the most impressive collections of Doom and fuzz components that you're ever going to find under one roof. This is a literal factory of Doom stuff. All the amps that you might want for a great Doom sound. All the pedals you might want for a great Doom sound, and all the cabinets as well, and effects all over the place. So, pardon me. You're right, it is expensive, but hang on. Okay, I'm glad you mentioned the price. Now, let's break it down, okay? Now, let's talk about your average premium plugin. Your average premium plugin from, say, a Neural DSP, STL Tones, Wavemind has recently come up to with the more of a premium price for some of their suites. So you're paying a premium price of roughly 129 euros, okay, $129 US dollars, somewhere in that ballpark as well. Now, for that, you're usually getting what? Let's discuss it. You're getting roughly 3 or 4 pedals, okay, modeled well. 3 or 4 pedals, depending on the developer. You're going to get 3 or 4 pedals in the front. Usually and traditionally 2 pedals in the back, so a total of, say, the average of 6 pedals. You get the appearance of 4 amps, but do they all have channel switches? No, usually we get single channels of amps built into suites, right? Or it's a single amp that's been broken down, a la the Fort & Cali, where they've decided to make for user convenience to break it down into channels via panels. That's great, by the way. So you're usually getting 1 amp broken down into the channels on the inside, which is traditionally usually 3 or 4 channels. Or you get it all in one. It's 1 amp like the Savage, where there's a bunch of channels, or you get several amps, single channels of different amps, like the Archetype series, Franken amps potentially as well, like Archetype series and the Wavemind Tone Suite series. So you're getting some Franken amps as well, but usually you're getting about roughly 4 or 5 channels worth of amplifier. Then you get roughly 2 to 3, maybe 4 cabinets most of the time in a suite. Most of the time it's 2 and a handful of mics. Okay, so in all, you're getting a component count of roughly, and by the way, I'm not a shill for Line 6. I'm not paid by Line 6. They just, like everybody else, they give me a plugin, either I like it or I don't. So if you look at it, that's how many components is that? You've got, okay, ideally that's 6 pedals, 4, let's say on the generous side, 4 cabinets. Let's say on the generous side, let's say on the really generous side, like a Will Putney tonality, where you get 4 amps that have been very much modeled almost completely. That's still like 15, 16 components absolutely on the top of things, right? And they're all modeled really well, and they're all functional. Okay, now, when this is on sale, this plugin is roughly $200, 200 euros. Full price, yeah, it's roughly like, I think it's $380. But even at full price, let's think about it for a second. Even at full price of $400, who's got that? Nobody's got that these days to spend on a plugin. Or do you? Let's think about this for a second rationally. If you've got money to go and say buy two premium plugins in a year, That is the average of, let's say, the ballpark of 30 components over the course of two different plugins and about 30 different components, channels, pedals, whatever you want to call them. This for around $200 on sale price, which is every summer or every twice a year. This goes on sale for half off. Black Friday goes on sale, and a few other times they put it on half off. This has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of components that have been modeled really nicely. Each one of the amps in here has been modeled at the level that I would say you'd find in like an archetype plugin. In all honesty, some of those are Franken amps, and Neural DSP also admitted that yes, the archetypes are a different style of modeling, a different type of vibe than their fully licensed stuff. I'm just thinking about, component count doesn't always matter. It's quality over quantity, yes. But something like a positive grid, bias effects, 2, whatever you want to call it, that thing is a lot of empty shells. There's a lot of empty shell syndrome in a lot of these, what we call mega suites. They show you, hey, everybody, look, it's this pedal. We have this pedal. It's in there, guys. You can use this pedal. The graphic looks like this pedal. Have you ever used this pedal? Hopefully fucking not, because it doesn't sound anything like it. You're going to think you're using it. They give you the graphic, you step on it, it gives you about 20%. We call that an empty shell. No empty shells in here, which means you get hundreds of components. Look through the delays even. If I go to the space effects and go to just delay, you get access to, they basically pulled apart their classic delay units and separated them into a bunch of different delays. That's just in the delay. And now, I mean, if I'm going through component counts, look at the guitar amps. Like, look at how many guitar amps there are in here. It's a madness amount of guitar amps. And they've also invented their own with stuff like the litigator, the badog, the fatality, and everything else. So I see what you mean, why it's not more popular because of money. But if people just stop and think about the component count and the quality and the value in that versus having to go out and buy multiple plugins, this thing will extinguish your need to go and spend more money, because there's a lot. You will not get bored with what's under the roof here. So if you can forego the purchase of, say, 2 or 3 other plugins or whatever else that you're looking at, or save up $200, this thing gives you hundreds and hundreds of components that have been modeled with accuracy and experience as well. Let's not forget that Line 6 has been doing this modeling thing for about 15 years longer than majority of companies on the market right now. They've been doing the software thing for a really long time. So the modeling quality is high. Don't let anybody tell you that it's not. The modeling quality is very high inside this. Their floorboards and their amps, they're another story. But as far as this plugin goes, man, it's awesome. So hopefully, did I go over that okay, Mesa? Did that make any sense? I love going over that. I hope that's okay. Here's an idea. Compare an 808 real pedal versus... I could do that. A real 808. There's a lot of stuff though. If you already own Pod Farm, too, the upgrade cost is way better. Yeah, Pod Farm, man. If would Line 6, if somebody from Line 6 is watching this, because I will be sending these to their folks. Barry, thanks to Barry, by the way, for all his generosity over the years, and Ben Adrian for all the information on their in-house stuff as well. He's a wealth of knowledge. But yeah. But please, for the love of God, can we just extinguish Pod Farm and put it into Helix Native? Can you imagine having Line 6 Insane available in Helix Native? Oh! Yeah, so this is a pretty solid bunch of amps right here. Do I use this all the time? No, I'm not saying I use it all the time, but as far as having it, here's why I always tell people that it's a good idea to have. This will fill in all the gaps outside of your focus styles and genre. So if you're the type of person that really loves having, you're the type of person that really likes having, sorry folks. If you're the like type of person that likes to collect plugins for like a one type of stuff, but then you also find yourself, dabbling in other genres and styles of play like we do here. You don't necessarily need to have all these plugins around to have access to all these different genres. You could buy Helix Native to fill in to not only add to your collection and whatever it is that you're after, rock tones or metal or cleans or whatever, and then the rest of it acts like that filling in all the different gaps in your collection, so that if you ever need, I really need to sound like this for this track. I want to make a demo that sounds like this. I want to do something that sounds like this band exactly. This likely has everything and more that inside the box that you're looking for. So it's fun to have it. And guys, I don't know. All I can say is that it's fun to have around. The only weak link that I used to find with this plugin was the cabs, and they did fix that. Although that being said, they do allow you to put a whole bunch of your own impulse responses in the box for use inside their loader. That's pretty cool. What? Okay, if there's any particular amp in here you want to hear, I'm going to go with the Dean Lamb Special. This used to be the Dean Lamb go-to, but now I do believe I'm going to make a prediction, guys. As soon as it hits January 1st, you are going to see Dean Lamb make some announcements. It's a prediction. Not only Dean Lamb, but guys, I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody understands how contracts work, and usually contracts will take for endorsements and stuff go by the year, and usually a lot of the new endorsements are announced in that new year. I have a funny feeling he's working on a signature guitar with somebody right now, and he announced his departure from Kiesel, which was super unexpected, to be honest, because man, that's been like a long relationship between Dean Lamb and of course his wife as well, and the company. So very interesting to see. Man, they've got some sexy guitars too. Dean and his wife. Wow, sexy guitars. All right, this is the Line 6 Badonk. That's beefy. That's real beefy. And again, I'm working here with the plumes from Earthquaker Devices. Of course, it's called the Pillars. This is the only suite anywhere where you will find a Boss Hyperfuzz as well. One that sounds real, sounds really good. It can be found in here or the Line 6 Doom suite that you can buy separately. That thing is awesome. Remembering that recently I did almost a full stream on the Doom plugin. Maybe that won't be the next one, but if there are some folks out there that want to see something specific again later today, we might be able to work that out. Little squawk there. A boosted solid state amp in the next stream. Man, I can actually do that. I can do several of that. We really only have we kind of just did something on these amps. We just did something on the the two solid state amps from Audiority. We're trying to make a wave of people that really want, pardon me, Audiority to make the trifecta, the full trio of the solid state classics. He's got the Randall RG100 ES. He's got the Valve State. He had plans to do two more. One was the PV Bandit with a teal stripe, and the other one is the Ampeg VH140C. Now, I think if he could find a VH140C, Luca at Audiority would 100% do it. But I don't know that he's going to do it until he can get his hands on one. And good luck these days. Good luck. You and me both, Kyle. I actually thought that was going to do much better. And I can remember talking to them about, I think we had it in a review, actually, in our review on Honest Ampson reviews for Helix Native. It said something to the effect where they should do something like that. But I mean, they must have already had plans to do something like that because they did it. And I don't know that a lot of promotion went into those plugins, though. That was the problem. When you're a really big company, sometimes you just expect that the presence of it will be enough. And I think that they could have done more to promote those metallurgy plugins. I didn't really see any demos for them by any of the named influencers. And I mean, let's be honest, Line 6 has a few bucks. They're owned by Yamaha. So yeah, they kind of could do whatever they want, right? Like they could get by whichever influencers they'd like. So I would have loved to have seen those plugins go further as well. I would have loved to. You would grab what in the VH140C? These, by the way, the pickups in this guitar are Z Laboratories, and they're fantastic. I just have to get the heights right. The heights, they really need to be down a lot lower than a lot of pickups that I'm used to, so it's taking me some time, even though I've had them for a little bit. They were at a Les Paul before. Pickups are going to sound different when you take them from a Les Paul and put them in an Ibanez RG. It's going to be a different bird over there, so... See, once again, this Line 6 badonk is just stealing my heart. A little bit muddy there, though. I definitely have to do a little work on that, but I've kind of blocked them so that I can't right now. Just notable for the next stream, I'm going to have to, for the next time I use this, I'm going to have to lower the pickups a little bit. I've hidden, there's quite a, you can really see the ears on these pickups that I've put in there, so I've just kind of hidden them with a little, like for camera's sake, I've hidden them with some foam. Yeah, anyways. I really need to see there's a depth control here. Out of tune. I finally got there. I don't know how I got out of tune there, but I did. Anyhow, hopefully everybody's having a great day. It's a Sunday. It's that really strange part of the year where you're like, what day is it? What time is it? Someone told me yesterday that it was Saturday, and I'm like, what? Is that some shit? I actually don't know about this and being a XXX, but I'm going to ask again to get like a full... I think you can go on the Line 6 page and they'll give you like brief ideas of what they are. I'm going to use the 2204 mod. All right, I'm going to take... Wow, that's already up quite a bit. Let's turn that up. Let's turn that back. Ah, I fell apart there. Fell apart. Oh, no. Man, I'm just, I'm having a good, I'm definitely getting the relaxation I needed on my holiday break here. It is definitely, it's been good. Mr. Moonshine, have you tried the ones that already exist there? The solid state amps, there's 3 of them, 2 under the Randall plugin. There are 2 Randalls in there, although one, he has, okay, so basically the valve state got some treatment. It got brought in with a big fat update. And the Randall is about to get the same treatment. So hang in there on that one. It's going to be a real ball buster. Yes. Okay, Kyle, you hit the nail right on the head there. Sometimes it's a real thing to have options overload and you're always switching things and you're just, you know, I get it. I totally get it. I totally get that. Okay. Can you just stay in tune? I mean, I know the strings on a bunch of these guitars. Let's just stretch these out. Stretch them out one more time. All right. Cool. Yeah, they needed a little bit more of a stretch. Those stretcheroni. This guitar, I didn't touch it for a long time. Mostly because it had a set of Fishmans in it, and I really wanted. The best set of Fishmans I ever tried was the Matt Heafy set. And then they looked fantastic in this guitar. I really wanted them to work out. And unfortunately, I've just decided I'm just not an active pickup guy. I am just not an active pickup guy at all. I like my EMG 81 occasionally. Little sip of that every now and again. But for the most part, I'm a passive pickup guy. I will be putting the pickups up for sale on our we'll call it our reverb.com page, and with all purchases will come a few free plugins, not like a million, but there'll be free plugins with all sales. So putting 5 Fishman pickups up there, 2 sets and a single up in the next little bit. So stay tuned. We'll be putting them up at like criminally low prices as well. Yeah, this thing sounds awesome as well. I definitely think I have to work on the heights on this pickup. I really wanted to just cut the right way, and it's just missing somewhere. How's it going, Pedro? How's it going, Freyskin? How's it going, Song Guitar? How's it going, Eddie? So the badonk is just based on the big bottom from the pod with the power amp emulation being with the, okay, I got it. The fatality? So the fatality and the badonk are similar? Well, the first amp in the, you know, didn't we talked about that, right? The big bottom is the amp that's, it was one of the inspirations, part of the inspiration for the white amp in the Tone Suite Distant plugin. Let's go to the Line 6 Fatality. Yeah, I definitely need to tweak these Hoyts. So yeah, we're finding a lot of really good, very, very solid, like, look at this thing. Line 6 Oblivion. It's got spikes on it! Spikes on it. I think this was one of the last updates they threw that in there. Hey, I'm not mad at it. I didn't pay for it. And it sounds pretty good. Let's see what we got here. This is the Line 6 Oblivion. Beefy. It does. It sounds pretty beefy to me. Wait, there's a boost that's off? Boost switch. This thing rips. Yeah, beefy. And the bass amps, the fucking bass amps. I don't play bass through this thing nearly enough. I just have other stuff that I like as well, but man, the bass amps, there's a long list as well. And I'm not saying everybody needs to go and spend even $200 on Line 6 Helix Native, but it's one of those plugins that I'm telling you, if it's definitely really nice to have, because any tone that I can't nail with something else, I can always nail here. You're like, why aren't you using the handle on that? I'm just because I'm lefty and I'm leftying it, and you know, whatever. Leave me alone. Mr. Moonshine, on the artist show, I was thinking of comparing top user presets for, let's say, Megadeth, and pick a favorite. It would be cool to see how others are getting tones, say through Bias FX 2. Okay, Mr. Moonshine, you just hit it. You said a trigger word. Bias FX 2 is not good for anything. It isn't. It's not good for anything. It's good for taking up your money and being not good. It's oof. I cannot teach you how to get good tones with Bias FX 2 because they're just not in the box. However, I can teach you how to get great tones with just about anything else, freeware included. As far as a Dave Mustaine, you mean when you say user presets on something like Dave Mustaine, do you mean like finding presets that already exist or making some of our own? Because right now there is really nothing on the market. I've been poking at Igor for a really long time to do the Bogner Fish, and the Bogner Fish, if you're not familiar, back in the day, I think that Dave Mustaine's best tone that he ever had came with the VHT power amp, and I believe it was that he had a Bogner Fish, or there was something that it was what was it? It was the predecessor to the Bogner Fish. He had something else. Plus, he also had the Fish, and he had something else. And I've been poking at Igor for years, a few years now, to do the Bogner Fish. He said he's got interest in it. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but that would be wonderful. currently the best plugin I would say that exists for the Megadeth sound is the Nembrini Audio JMP Pro. And yes, I can absolutely demo that. That thing is awesome. But I honestly, yeah, the Rocktron Prophecy is another pretty cool thing that I think he would have interest in doing as well. He's really, I love that he's doing that new line. As for Bias Effects 2, it's just lacking in so many areas that I find it very hard to get anything that's really resembles any specific tone. There's so much quality rounded off with so many corners cut in the modeling there that it just, there's nothing there. It's like asking a 2-year-old to go and paint you a lifelike painting. The skill is just not in there yet, or it may not ever be. Who knows? You know what I mean? And it's just, you're trying to get blood from a stone in that case. I don't know what to tell you on that one. It's the only plugin on this show we will openly bash is Bias Effects and Positive Grizz as a company, only because there's just a long list. But that being said, we appreciate that people are coming here to try and find the other great stuff that's out there. Now, if you're looking for something that's maybe costs around the same, but would outperform something like Bias Effects, let's get them some options in there. I would say that if you want to look for something really that would outperform it for around the same price, you could look at something like Overloud's THU. That would be in the ballpark. You could even Amplitube these days. IKM's Amplitube these days, after their large overhaul of their cabinet section and their power section, that stuff keeps up now, and that's going to be the next heaviest of them all. We're going to go through Amplitube to see what we can find in there that's also heavy. But that being said, I think that it's not just you, dude. Dude, it is not just you. You can ask anybody in here, and we'll all tell you that. I'm not going to say I didn't waste my money on it, but that's a whole other show that I'll definitely take a stand on some of the paid positive marketing that went into the early blitz of marketing for that company. It was very strange. But that being said, we're here to talk about Line 6 Helix Native and how we can get you better tones. If you wanted something, however, very similar and even laid out almost kind of sort of similar to Bias Effects 2, but something that has lots of quality on the inside, and that would be Overloud THU 100%. And that is also going to go on my list of heaviest of them all. We're going to do all the heaviest of them alls, and we're going to have fun doing it, I'm sure. So if you guys are cool with that, I'm just going to keep doing them. Not going to do like 2 in a row, but man, like I'm stoked. I really like finding the best tones I can inside the box, and so far today we're finding some good ones right here inside this plugin, Line 6 Helix Native. I'm going to scoop this one because I have this funny suspicion that something's going to sound really good here. Oh, it sounds awesome. Yeah, buddy. That's pretty cool. Not bad, eh? Yeah, we scooping. Freyskin's all aboard. Manuel just pops up. Hey, what's going on in here? The Italian Stallion. I haven't seen Manuel in a while. Oh, we got to do it. Let's go. Mentioning Manuel while we're talking about the Italian Stallion. There's an Italian band on. The only thing I don't like about putting my beverage in this is my beverage goes flat way quicker. I don't believe in dumping things out of cans into another drinking container. I think if something comes in a can, I would like to drink it in a can. I just decided to show off the mug today. I just really prefer to, when something comes in a can, the idea is for it to taste. That's the idea, is not part of the flavor is the can. You hate to say that's weird, but like if you taste the difference between like a bottled beer and a canned beer, there really is. I prefer canned things all the way over bottled. This is the Line 6 Oblivion, and it's absolutely in Oblivion right now. This thing is awesome. It's cutting like a knife through butter. This thing is awesome. So we're looking for the heaviest tones inside the box today, and as you guys know, there's a lot of them in here. There's also one of the few licensed things that you're going to find in this box is a licensed Rev Gen. And the Rev generator, so to speak. And man, let's see what we got here. The aggression switch is already on. I love it. Dun dun. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely on board. That's where I parked my car, the Rev Gen Red. Oh, my gosh. I remember reading the comment that Line 6 Helix Native can't do good metal tones. Are you sure? Are you fully sure? I don't think so. I don't agree. Also, moving along, archetype lead. Before we move along, I am going to do a 3-minute break, folks. Yeah, I'm going to be going there next. That's one of the newer components, I believe. The German, where is it? Why is it not there? Oh, there it is. Let's just go with that next. Fuck it. Whoa, they put all the shit on here too. Oh, that makes me happy. Oh, Hercules. Oh man, love me a good fucking Bogner. All right, guys, I'll be back in 2 minutes, 3 minutes or less, and we are going to finish strong on this one. Thinking about tonight doing a test streamed for a later audience. Never usually get the chance to do that, so I may try to do that today. If there's anybody that's not European that wants to hang out a bit later, I might try to do that a little bit later today. Might be a doomer for late reasons. And we'll see what's happening. So guys, give me 2-3 minutes. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate each and every one of you. And as usual, I'm going to tell you guys, I'm not going to push sponsor stuff on you guys all the time. But in our little breaks here, please do find the time to check out Mindzinger Guitars and Aurora Tone pickups during the break. You might find something you like. Guarantee you're going to find something you like. Cheers, guys. Be right back. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. He loves the valve state, and I tried to recommend the audio. Ooh, hold on. What's happening here? Hold on. What's happening here? Just want to swears by. Yeah, man. There are a lot of people that swear by bias. Are we going to get into this? I really feel like it would be bad for me to go into a bias rant in the middle of something about like a competitor. That'd be like, I don't want to do that. That might piss Line 6 off or something. I don't want to do that. But still, gosh, you guys can say it all. It is, gosh. Oh man, you guys are poking. You guys understand, like the guys on the team understand how much this is triggering me right now. Cause it's just like, you know, if you've ever seen Mallrats, you know, at that one point where the guy's like, you know what? And, you know, there is no Easter man. There is no Santa Claus. There's just a guy in a suit. That's like, I want to get that fired up right now. I can't find my lighting setting for before the wife changed it. And I don't know what I can't find the app for the light, so I have to go fishing and see if I can find the app so I can change the lighting. It is just what it is right now, though. I think it's actually reacting to my voice, which is, gosh. I had it the way I liked, and she had to touch it. You had to touch it for Christmas. Why are you going to touch anything? I'm like, don't. Right before she was about to touch it, I'm like, no. I can't. Oh. We're stuck with Christmas forever. Why does that sound so poop? Oh, there we go. I see why. Anyways, I'm tuned in C today. This guitar is tuned in C. I'm liking it. I like this particular gauge of string. 54 to 12 feels really good in C. And yeah, I've seen the light. This is one of the new additions. And that's right. The other thing is if you buy Line 6 Helix Native, they just keep sprinkling new stuff on you that you don't have to pay for. That's pretty awesome. I think in the last 2 years, they've added like 8 new amps and a bunch of pedals, a bunch of cabinets. And they've also fine-tuned it to make sure that it's always efficient. It operates efficient. There are some... I've never really experienced the crash issues, but I have read about people that have. So I get it. I totally understand that. And I like that they've gone all the way here and they've included all the different settings and everything. That's terrific. It's fun to play with for users. No, that was a bullshit. That was a bullshit rake, guys. Bullshit rake. Yeah, the low... something's got to be done just about that. I think I've got maybe a pinch too low, and I can just hear the bloated low end a little bit. I want to tighten it up, just a pinch. Man, there is an iron label TE. Oh, all black with a wood grain. Oh man, there's 2 guitars for sale in my community right now for like a steal of a deal, and I cannot pull the trigger. I found a Mick Thompson Ibanez, signature Ibanez, the M2M2, I think, or an MTM2 or something, whatever they call it. It's the one that doesn't say 7 on the fretboard, which is awesome because I don't want that. But the rest of the guitar is fucking rad. It's like, it's a really nice guitar. It's got that amazing feature that Dino Cazares and only Dino Cazares and Mick Thompson ever really do, is that sunken in Floyd Rose that doesn't attach to anything. It's like a Floyd Rose that's just mounted in the guitar. There's no springs. It doesn't move. It just, for the sake of feel and action and fine tuning, they've put this like sunken in Floyd Rose. And I love that feature so much. I really do. I love that feature so much. And I saw it, and it's only in American dollars. It would, I guess, only be about $400. And oof, I cannot do. And then the other one I found, I found the Ibanez Iron Label TE. It's going for it's going for about, I guess, American dollars. It'd be going for about 1,400 used, and the local fella here is selling it for about $650 US. all the nicest stuff drops when you don't have any money. So yeah, this is delicious. Thank you for the recommendation. I was going to try it out anyway because it is part of the new stuff. But yeah, today is the last day. I said yesterday was the last day of commenting on the phone, but today is the last day. It came in, but it came in too late in the day. And I was already like planning to jump on here and stuff. So I'm like, fuck, I'm not going to go and just make that run. My mom, it's actually, because she had to do this Christmas gift and exchange. It was delivered to her place. And she lives from my house, about 25 minutes one way. So it'd be like, plus I cannot just walk into my mother's house and take a parcel and leave without staying to like hang out and chat. I'll get murdered. So I will get strung up for that one. So yeah, can't do that. So yeah, I'm gonna go tomorrow, pick it up. I will have it for tomorrow for you guys. It's gonna be sitting right here. I'm very excited about being able to see everything everybody has to say. It's gonna be awesome. Holy cow. Charlie Crease, what's going on, dude? Nice of you to make it. I'm going to be doing a stream later on today as well, Charlie. So if you're, I know you're in that time zone as well, so maybe you'll be there for that. Nice to see you, Charlie. Charlie Crease is going to win the plugin of the day today. Yep, he's going to win a plugin from his choice of plugin of guitar products from Audiority. So congratulations, Charlie. You're going to have to email me. theampsimuniverse@gmail.com, theampsimuniverse@gmail.com, and let me know what your selection is from the guitar products over at Audiority, and your account email is what I need from you. And those are all going to be done in probably one fell swoop middle of the week next week. For everybody that's wondering, it's probably going to be getting to those, the giveaway stuff. Like remember, people are still out of office, half out of office anyways. So I don't want to tax anybody with any additional tasks due to their charity at a busy time. So I am going to do this all in one fell swoop in one day, as opposed to being like, hey, 1 day, 2 day, now here's this day on that day, and there's 2 on this day, and yeah, no, that's going to be confusing for everyone. That's annoying. I don't want to be annoying about it. So yeah, the German Extra Red sounds heavy as fuck. And I don't think the Ecstasy is an amp that gets... It's the Ecstasy, right? I'm guessing that's the XT there. Extra Red, the Ecstasy. I'm guessing. I've had issues with Ernie Ball. Oh shit, what just happened there? Oh, come on. Why does it do that? It drives me nuts. Guys, I cannot wait to start moderating these comments in a better way. All right. Is Charlie still here? Did he get that or did he bail? Just want to make sure. The old top song. I'm just reading through, guys. Sorry. Oh, they are? Yeah. All over the marketplace. Yeah, we don't get them around here. Not up in here. It's a nice guitar though, man. It's a really nice guitar, that Ibanez. Every other guitar that he's had since then, I mean, they've all just been like your average super strat. And so is that, I guess. But there's something about it I just really liked. Apart from the painted back of the neck. Painting the back of a wizard neck. Blasphemy! Stain it a different color or something, man. Shouldn't have painted over that. I would just end up like taking the cloth to it and just maybe satinizing the neck with a couple pieces of tape. You drag it. If anybody's out there and you don't know how to do that, by the way, if you've got a painted back of your neck with the gloss paint and everything, and you want to give it that satinized feel, as some companies call it, you literally just put a piece. It's all over YouTube. Search it up here first. It's basically you just put a piece of. You can see that the builders do something similar. There's just like a direct line across here where they put a piece of masking tape, and then you tape it off over here, and then you just take. I wish I had it in front of me. It's just literally like a slightly coarse cloth almost. It's not wire. Anyways, and you just lightly go 1, 2, and you back, and very uniform back and forth. I know how that looks. Relax, calm down. We're all adults here. But in any event, so that's what you're gonna end up doing, and really, that's all it takes. That and a little bit of a rub with a cloth after that, and it just feels like $1 million. If you're curious, if you're out there and you're wanting to know these things, I think we've gone down the road here, guys. We've gone down. We're well down this journey of having some great tones in here. I wanted to go to the archetype lead next, and we're gonna do that as well. No, we're good, man. You don't have to ever you're not getting anybody off track. We have fun with things. That's what we do here. I see people occasionally making those comments on like on our YouTube, like, took too long to get going. It's just like, yeah, bro, see you later. There's nothing, we talk a lot here. That's what we do. It's what we do here. We talk. Anyways, this is the PRS Archon, the original, not the import. That's crushing. Let's switch up the pedal here. I'm going to go to the... What? Which pedal should I go to? I'm not going to get too crazy here. Let's just go to the Scream 808. I mean, if I'm trying to be uniform, some would say a screamer's a screamer, but those people will be incorrect. I prefer the other one. Oh man, it didn't. Why you gotta be like that? You gotta be like that. We were bros for a second, and you gotta like go and reset yourself like that, like you weren't happy. That sounds way better. I like that. Like, if you're honestly telling me that those sound at all the same, you need to have your ears checked. You need your ears checked soon. Yeah, we've got, this is nice as well. This is the Archetype Lead, PRS Archon. Just another one of the amps that they've put in here. They've separated, most of the channels are separated into single modules. And that's no different than anything like an Archetype, or a lot of plugins have it that way. Like we talked about at the start of the stream, a lot of companies lay their plugins out where they separate things. And in this case, they've separated their various channels of various amps, and concentrated kind of more on the channels that are were likely requested, or hot, like, you know, kind of the hot requests. And they've done a really good job at the gear selection. It's a wonderful blend of, like, you have like the sought after stuff, all the common stuff is there. All the common names, all the common gear is there. All the staples, all the, you know, all the stuff that gets people, you know, the average customer kind of, you know, you've got your Orange, you've got your Marshall, you've got your PV, you've got your 5150, whatever. You've got a bunch of different things here on the bass side. You've got your Ampeg, you've got Mesa Boogie on the bass side as well, which you don't get in a lot of other plugins, which is kind of neat. But on top of that, they've also focused on stuff outside of the, you know, like just the spotlight. They've gone after some real rare birds, like your Trainwreck amps, Dr. Z's, your real, like your rare boutique and your just regular modern boutique are both accounted for. So you get old stuff that is impossible to find for less than like 10 grand kind of thing. We're talking about Trainwreck amps. Go ahead, try to find one on Reverb, see what it's going to cost you, that kind of thing. And they've done a lot of that, and the gear selection is great. They've made sure metal players are taken care of. They made sure everyone is taken care of. Metal players extra taken care of, but I think that everybody with this much gear, everyone is extra taken care of. Look how many fucking Marshalls there are here, just Marshalls. And then you've got your Sun Model T, and look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Marshalls, 9, 10, 11, 12, and we just keep going with Marshalls, and a whole bunch of Bogners, and they've got them separated into clever names like German, Cali, up here, Brit. You know, most of the time when you see something that says Brit, it's going to be Marshall. That's if you don't already know that. Then you've got the matchless stuff, which is interesting because it does not feature, if I'm not mistaken, does not feature any Vox. So instead, they've gone with matchless, which is, to my understanding, sort of a, wait, nope, that's a mistake. That's incorrect. There are a bunch of Vox right here. So they've gone with the original Vox, and then they've gone with a company that used Vox as kind of an inspiration. I forgot there were Vox in here as well. And we've gone over most of the heavy stuff here today, guys, and I'm pretty satisfied. What do you guys say out of 10 for the heavy stuff? I'm going to give it about an 8.5, maybe a 9 for heavy tones, because we didn't even go through all of them today. We missed out on several, and like I said, you can also go to this component view where it just makes it a lot easier. You kind of just select amp and they kind of go like this way. If you don't actually need to see it, I actually never use it on this. I did it for the stream because it does look better for content for sure. But for ease of use, I usually just go to this and I don't worry about how it looks because I'm worried about how it sounds. That way, you know, you can go from section to section and not worry about it too much. But it's also like, it's a pretty easy plugin to use. You can make stereo chains as well. As you can see here, there's a whole other section here. And these presets, you can also download and purchase presets for the Line 6 Helix Native that are quite involved. I've never really needed to do the whole the stereo chain in here, but you go through here and there are lots and lots and lots of presets in various banks, and you can have lots and lots of fun with it. So I would say that if you get a chance, just demo it. Let me know what you guys think in another stream. Just demo it, okay? Demo it and see what happens. I am going to be back today. I am going to be back at some point today. You know, by the way, you didn't get me off track. My RG looks 90% similar. It's bare neck and no fancy badge or no fancy bridge. Awesome. Yeah, so it's just your average RG with a reverse headstock. Fucking tell me more, bro. There's one way to get me interested in any RG, and that is that reverse headstock on any Ibanez. As soon as you turn that Ibanez, I love the standard Ibanez headstock, but when you flip this motherfucker upside down, I'm just like, what you got to sell me over there? What's the rest of it look like? I'm always wanting to see, like, if I see that headstock, I'm like, I want to know what it's attached to. 100%. Especially, like, man, some of the new, oh man, I wish I could afford another Paul Gilbert model. That'd be nice. In any event, guys, I'm going to be back at some point today. Don't know exactly what time it's going to be at. I think I might just come straight back at you guys and do, I'm not 100% sure. We may or may not. I'm looking forward to maybe doing something a little bit later today. So I think what I'm going to do is do something a little bit later tonight, maybe in the 9 o'clock p.m. Area. We'll see. Okay, guys, I really want to test out that later market to see if there's people in that market, or we never do streams that late. So if there's a reason to do a stream that late for people that aren't maybe not getting to see streams at other times, maybe that'd be worth something. So, but if I think I'm going to do it, I think I should do it Saturday nights rather than a Sunday night, but I think we'll still try it out. More people have to work tomorrow, right? And a lot of people are still on holidays though. I know who that is. I know Jimmy Carter is. And he was on The Simpsons one time. I know he's the next president. I don't know a lot about him. I think it was might have been before my time, or just like at the start of my time. I think he was before my time though. See you guys later. Eddie, see you guys later. Everyone, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate each and every one of you. As per the usual, you guys know that. I am going to try to come back later this evening. I do have a bunch of stuff I really need to get to before tomorrow morning, so I'm going to try to squash all that out while I'm watching the hockey game and get to all that like a boss. Charlie Crease, if you're still watching, please do get at me. I was trying to say two sentences at one time there and fell over myself. Words are hard sometimes. Anyhow, thank you so much. My challenge for you guys today is to simply go and find some heavy. Go and find something heavy or try something new that might be heavy. Go and download a free trial of something that might be heavy. Go into some of your old plugins, especially that could be an interesting idea. If you have Amplitube, if you have an older version of Amplitube, like you say you used to use like Amplitube 4 or 5, get the most recent update, because man, like they have really helped out with some of their power amp modeling and everything else. That's gonna be one of the next heaviest of all streams. We're gonna find out what's inside Amplitube that's worth chugging on. We'll see. He was like 90, sitting on top of houses with a hammer and nails. Fuck, really? All right, then, you know, if I died at 90 while sitting on top of a roof doing roofing, fuck yeah, that's... What the hell is he doing up there at 90? Awesome. I hope I live till 90. That would be wonderful if I could live till 90. We'll see. All right, guys, thank you so much, so much for being here. I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.